On today's Into Your Head podcast number 698, it's Monday morning and I'm damn well about to prove it to you.
Into your head, into your head, into your head, into your head, into your head.
I've always been a great believer in the dictum quod ette demonstrandum, which, as you're no doubt fully aware, means these boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. These boots are made for walking, but they're inanimate objects, and they won't get very far without a human being controlling them. Not that there's anything wrong with that, and not that there's much truth in that either, because the material that made those boots was around long before there were animated humans. Those boots, if I remember rightly, boots are made from leather, which comes from cows. I'm pretty sure the damn Christ has held that there were cows around before there were humans. Maybe not as many, and maybe not under as many controlled circumstances, but I can tell you the few cows that there probably were, if there were any, they had a much more natural lifespan. They didn't get their heads chopped off at the age of 6 months just so someone could shove them into a what's the latest thing the young people are eating now? A McDonald's, McRasher or something, cheese, something, Mac sandwich, which they'll bring out and market for 6 months, and then they'll make it smaller by a tenth of a millimeter every week until it's the size of your thumbnail, and people will go, oh, I seem to remember this sandwich used to be a lot bigger, and they'll say, oh no, that's just that you've been eating it for the last few years and it's nearly all gone. And you'll say, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the finished product when you ordered it and the McDonald's, it used to seem a lot bigger than this. And they'll say, oh, that's because you were smaller then. You were 6 years of age when you first ate this sandwich, probably as part of a Happy Meal. Did it make you happy? Tell me that, Bo. That's the important thing. Did it make you happy? They'll say, by the way, here's a clown to make you further happy and remind you, of happy thought. That's the important things that these fast food chains need you to remember now. They don't want you thinking too much about the size of their product. They want you thinking about whether it makes you happy. And the best way to do that is to show a clown and show a hamburglar and show the clown stabbing the hamburglar in the face, but not literally. They have to do it in a way that's not literal. So they show the hamburglar as a more benign, cartoonish character, and they show him being held back by Ronald McDonald, but not stabbed in the face, because they know when to stop. It's just like they used to do with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When they came over here, the cartoon, they changed them to Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, because they said, oh, you can't call them ninja over here. That'll scare the kids, or that'll make them think it's okay to be a ninja, or it'll make people think, what the fuck is a ninja? I've never heard of that before now, and I'm not going to spend the next 5 years trying to find out or explain to my children or find out from their teachers or from the public broadcasting authority what a ninja is, because by the time I'll have got the grips with it, they'll have gone out of fashion and they'll be on to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Have to figure out what the fucking hell a morph. What's a morphin? And said, I don't know what a morphin is. There was a fella on the British television called Morph, but here's a lump of plasticine. It was a lot more benign than that stuff that I used to watch educational programs. That's why I'm the way I am now, and you're the way you are now. You're obsessed with your crap. Well, crap. You are half of you people who listen to this were raised on crap. I was raised on proper television. I can tell you, I used to watch the likes of what did I watch? I used to watch proper television. I'm sure I did anyway. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm imagining all this. Maybe I'm looking back at my life through rose-tinted glasses, rose-tinted glasses to have some sort of what's that thing you call that you put on the end of a pier? There's something, a scope. I know, you won't put them on the thing, but you know the thing, the kaleidoscope. You look through that and you put a green thing on the lids of it, and you look through that and you tell someone, there's your childhood, and it looks great because it's through rose-tinted kaleidoscope lenses, except it's not your childhood at all. Your real childhood is back in the past. You can't go looking at that through a pair of glasses. It doesn't work like that. Although there's probably a repeat of it on somewhere on the television. If you look deeper enough down the Sky TV listings, you'll probably find your childhood being repeated ad nauseum. Episodes of Rainbow, episodes of Barney the Dinosaur. I never watched Barney the Dinosaur in my life. I thought that's old-fashioned. That's from prehistoric times. I want new television made for me. I want television made for me. And they'd say, they'd had a go at it. I can tell you, there was a channel called UTV up in Northern Ireland, and for a while they adopted the slogan UTV, TV for you. Didn't really take off because no one fell for that. They said, it's all RTV. Don't give me that crap. Don't give me that crap. Pippity piffity plopping, piffing, plopping, plop, cropping all over me like a fucking, like a bird coming down on the sky, dropping bombs or crap in my head. That's what it was like, except it was made all flowery with marketing. The marketeers jazzed it up a bit, so in essence it wasn't. There was no feces involved at all. But if you do it the wrong way, if you have bad marketing, it can make it feel like you're being crapped on when you're not being crapped on. Which is entirely the opposite effect of what they're meant to be trying to achieve. So it just goes to show that's why they have 3 and 4 year marketing degrees in college, because you have to learn this stuff properly. Otherwise, you're just wasting your employer's money on dressing up a silk's purse in a sow's ear and still managing to make it look like crap. And you just wasted a lot of cow money on cow's ears. You may not have had to buy a silk purse, but those cow's ear materials still cost money, I can tell you. Anyway, the cows. The cows were around long before there were ever humans, there were cows, I can tell you. And just because there was no McDonald's pumping them into sausages to put on your fake breakfast, well, it wasn't a fake breakfast at all. It was a foreign, but you foreigners think that a sausage is a flat thing that you put on you call it a patty, and you put it on a frigging sandwich on top of an egg. It's not. A sausage is a long thing. It's the shape of a pig's leg, and it's meant to look like a pig's leg. A pig's leg with no bones in it, and so you can make no bones about it. This is a pig's leg with what the fuck? This is a load. It's making less sense than usual, I realise. So let's move on to another. Let's move on to a further segment.
There's still more to come on Into Your Head.
Monkey nuts, that's what they call them. They call them big steaming, shit-eating, piss-boiling, water swilling, just to fill up a second or two while I get my thoughts together. Monkey nuts. That's what they call them. And who we kids? We just call them monkey nuts. You just call them monkey nuts. Some of us have a bit of imagination, and we can get more out of it than just following the bog standard 3-syllable monkey nut title. You can call them something more flowery. If Shakespeare came along here and he was asked to describe the humble peanut, he wouldn't just say, they be monkey nuts. No, he'd say, verily, they be called monkey nuts, big steaming, dolloping, pig steaming piles of monkey nuts, from whenceforth flow a multitude of calories and whatever the hell else is in them. He wouldn't, of course, have had a calorific breakdown of them in those days. In Shakespearean times, there wasn't these big long labels giving you the nutritional values of everything in the monkey nut. They wouldn't say, this top border of the monkey nut here. This is called the aorta, and that's where all the folic acid is. And then below that you have the fatty bit. You can trim that off. You can make a stew out of that, and then underneath that and all around it you have the shell, which is removed if you've got a peanut that you've bought commercially. What other way would you buy something other than commercially? Commercially is the only way you can't purchase something non-commercially, not nowadays anyway, unless you're a fucking pirate. Maybe that counts. Maybe that's what they mean when they say purchase something non-commercially. Although who have you ever heard say that other than me just now? Nobody's ever said that other than me. Probably means I've coined the phrase I hereby coined the phrase purchasing something non-commercially, and I deem it to mean buying it off a pirate. Two cats walk into a bar. One of the cats goes straight up to the bar counter and says, "Hello, can I have a pint of your finest Guinness, please?" And the man behind the bar says, "Christ, not this again. This is getting a little repetitive." And the cat says, "Well, cats are creatures of habit. Not only that, so are drinkers, and you should be glad of that, because if you weren't, you'd have to stock a completely different type of stout every night and made sure everyone got a different option every night. Can you imagine the logistics of that and the pricing? Christ, you'd have to buy all your drinks in tiny little batches. There'd be no bulk discounts for you, I can tell you then. So you'd be glad that we're creatures of habit. Thank Christ we're all creatures of habits. That's what you should be saying, you as a barman." And the barman says, "I've heard that one before. It's got knobs on it." And the cat says, "What does that mean?" And the barman says, "I think it's a saying that means it's a bit like saying it's got whiskers on it, although I didn't say that because that might cause confusion in present company. For usually if you're not talking to a cat and you say, 'Oh, that one's got whiskers on it,' it means that's an old one. That's an old one. I've heard that many times before." And the cat says, "Remember that just because you've heard something many times before, that doesn't mean it's not true. In fact, quite the opposite is more likely to be true. Not that I have any data to back this up." And the man behind the bar says, "See, that's the problem here. Blah, 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 but no data. There's more to life than just saying stuff, you know. You cats, one day you discover the ability to speak, and then you say, no, talk for the rest of your life. You barely even stop to have a breath and think about what you're saying. This is why most of you creatures haven't been given the ability to speak, because you wouldn't spend any time thinking. You have to learn to think before you can speak. Same way as they say to us humans, you have to learn to crawl before you can walk. That's not to say that we have people going around giving lessons in how to crawl. That's one of those things you pick up as you go along. Usually by picking up things, you're lying on the floor there, you see something over there a couple of feet away, and you think, "Oh, I want to have a look at that," because I've got a natural sense of curiosity. So before you know it, you've crawled over to it. You've done your first crawling exercise, and then you see something over there, and you crawl over to that, and then the next thing you know, you're walking. Before you even know it. And the cat says, "Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a load of bollocks, isn't it?" And the man behind the bar says, "What do you mean?" And the cat says, "Where I come from, you don't walk until you've learned how to see, and you don't learn to see for several days." And the man behind the bar says, "You're a cat, fuck off." And the cat says, "This is a load of bollocks, isn't it?" And the man behind the bar says, "It is indeed, but don't worry, we've barely got going. It's just a considerate filler. A bit like that thing they put in when you have a hole in the skirting board and you want to fill it in. You get some stuff in a tube, it's usually called polyfiller or ultra filler or some brand name first. But for our purposes, let's just call it filler, because we don't promote any particular brand name here unless there's some financial incentive to do so." And the cat says, "Well, your bar seems seems to be full of brand names. Looking behind you, you have Guinness, you have Tennessee John Ultra Whiskey Bright, you have some blue stuff that's apparently a soft drink with alcohol in it. You got some other blue stuff that's apparently alcohol with soft drink juices added to it. You've got some sort of, what else have you got? You've got frozen ice there. That seems to be the only thing that you don't brand. But then you have vodka ice in a bottle that's just vodka and fizzy stuff and ice, and you advertise the fact that it's ice. You say, oh look, here's some Bud ice, here's some vodka ice. I can get ice for you just going out into the street and slipping on somewhere, even looking and breaking my neck out that I can get you ice from there. You don't need the branding to do that. And the man behind the bar says, well, off you go then, good luck with that, breaking your neck. We'll see how it gets you in terms of a fun night out in a bar. Won't get you very far. Would you not rather have your ice served up to you from a shelf that you're sitting at? Would you not prefer to be sitting at a bar, your neck fully intact, with a line of beverages brightly displayed in fridges and on shelves behind the server, being me, that you can pick from at your leisure and enjoy sampling? And the cat says, I suppose now you put it that way, I suppose. Well, this fucking bar stool is so high up I might break my neck anyway and slip on some ice that I've knocked onto the floor. And the barman says, well, the solution to that is to not knock ice onto the floor. And the cat says, is it thou? Is it indeed? What if I've already spilt it onto the floor? And the cat says, well, the solution to that is to not already have done that. And the cat says, how do I achieve that? And the man behind the bar says, we're still working on it. We've spent the last couple of 100 years developing our alcoholic beverages. We'll move on to making changes to the space-time continuum over the next few 100 years, I'll bet. We're onto our smartphones at the moment. When we have them perfected, we'll do the time travel thing. Give us a chance. There was a time when I'm not going to take a lecture from a cat about evolution and invention, incidentally, and about the advancement of the species. There was a time when you used to be saber-toothed tigers, and now you're a shitty little kitten sitting at a bar having a laugh at human beings who are way ahead of you. Don't give me that crap. And the cat says, that's a bit much now. That's a bit much. And the man behind the bar says, yeah, well. And the cat says, yeah, well, what? And the man behind the bar says, yeah, well, go and take a run and jump for yourself. And the cat says, fair enough, I know when I'm not welcome. And the man behind the bar says, oh, you're very welcome here, and you seem to think you're not, so you clearly don't know when you're not welcome. And the cat says, Christ. And the man behind the bar says, chillax there, and I'll get you a saucer of milk. And a great night is had by all.
Lockjaw the Podcast Junkie here, and you are listening to Into Your Head, all the way from Ireland.
Need more? Subscribe to the free reruns and extras feed, and shut your stupid ugly face. See intoyourhead.com/archive for details.
Remember, we value the opinions of you, the humble and ignorant listener. Email studio@intoyourhead.com.
Follow Neal at twitter.com/intoyourheadpod. And pretend to like him at facebook.com/intoyourheadpodcast.
Into your head!
Two further cats walk into two further bars. One of the further cats, probably the third cat, although it could be the fourth one. But let's just call him the cat henceforth. The cat walks straight up to the bar counter and says, hello, can I have a pint of your finest Guinness, please? And the man behind the bar says, weren't you here a while ago? And the cat says, no, why? And the barman says, I could have sworn a cat came up here and asked for a pint of Guinness not too long ago. And the cat says, that's probably likely. There's more than one of us in the world, you know. In fact, I believe there's several million. I haven't done a census, but I believe, and it's my right to believe this, whether it's true or not. I believe that there are millions of us, millions upon millions upon millions. I can tell you, we're coming to get you. And then he bares his teeth at the bar barman. And the barman says, "Are you one of these non-domesticated cats? Because you don't seem to know how to interact with human beings in a constructive manner." And the cat says, no, I'm fine. I'm a completely bog standard domestic cat. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to claw your face off because I'm hungry. And the man behind the bar says, "Would someone please rescue me from this cat that seems to be clawing my face off?" He says this in a rather muffled voice, except he's only pretending, because it's only a bit of play acting. It's just a little play that the barman likes to put on for the patrons. He likes to pretend to be having his face clawed off by a cat, which apparently is considered entertaining nowadays. In the days when kids were brought up on shows like Gladiators and people jumping around at each other, and frigging vampire shows all over the place, and Game of Thrones where apparently there's murders at weddings or something, and Hannibal the Cannibal and all sorts of things. That's the sort of thing that you young people find entertaining now. So I just thought I'd slip a bit of it in here. A cat clawing a man's face off. How do you like it there, where it's out of context or and unexpected? I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure you didn't enjoy that, did you? No. Well, that's why we have, that's why everything has its place. You may enjoy that sort of violence, but it doesn't belong here. So, lesson learned. Anyway, on with the show. Now, I know what you're thinking there. You're thinking, that's a bit much. Now, that's a bit much. It's one thing making a point, but there's quite another thing making it like that. Why don't you make it subtly? Make your point subtly. Do things with grace and aplomb and lightness and feather-like touch. There's more, you don't have to blast everything down into people's faces like you're launching a nuclear bomb on them. If you have a point to make it quietly and subtly. Well, sometimes I will and sometimes I won't, depending on my mood. It's a Monday morning, and if I want to blast something into your face, I will on the Monday morning. I'm making you free entertainment. Well, free for many of you. Free, except for those of you who donate and use the Amazon links, who are not getting it free. You're voluntarily paying for this, and thank you very much for doing so. But for the rest of you, this is free, and I'm devoting my Monday morning to it. This is me first thing on a Monday morning. Thank Christ. Just be grateful you don't work in some office with me somewhere, and you're sitting there with me in front of you right now. What is it? 10:09 on a Monday morning, and I'm there. I haven't even had any coffee yet. I've had, what have I had? I've had half a 1 litre bottle of energy drink. I've had 3 caffeine pills. I couldn't be arsed getting the coffee out, so I just took some shortcuts, and this is what you get. This is me, this is me when I might go all Incredible Hulk in a minute and rip my t-shirt off, except I won't, because this is one of my better t-shirts and it needs to last a while. Well, it doesn't need to, I want it to last a while. If I want to destroy a t-shirt just to make some point about it being a Monday morning, I can tell you, I'll go out and take this off very carefully and put on another t-shirt. What would be the point of that? This is audio. This is theatre of the mind. So if you want that, I'll just do some sound effects to create the same thing without wasting props. I don't need to waste props on creating a frigging incredible. There wouldn't be anything incredible about it anyway if I was doing it. If I was doing it, that would mean it's not incredible at all. It's completely credible. If you manage to do something and you record yourself doing it, you're thereby proving that it's not incredible at all. It's completely credible and plausible. And in fact, you've proved yourself wrong. So that would just defeat the whole purpose. Assuming that's your purpose, unless you have another ulterior motive, a different purpose completely that you're concealing from me, or that I'm concealing from you, in which case, give me a fucking break. As I say, it's a Monday morning, for Christ's sake. Let's keep it simple. Simple as be damned. Simple as be... Well, we have a song. We probably will. Let's have a song. Oh, this is a song I hope you sing along. Or rather, I hope you don't. 'Cause that would be fucking weird. 'Cause it would mean that you know what I'm about to say. If you're able to sing along to this, you better be getting the words wrong, or else you're going to have some explaining to do. Unless, of course, you listen to this for the second time and you've memorised the words and it's stuck in your head now. In which case, it's a very successful song, I think you'll find. So well done, me. An overall success, I think you'll find. Anyway, good morning.
You've been listening to Neal tell you stories. About cats, probably. Neal talks a lot about cats. Send your topic suggestions to studio@intoyourhead.com.
Into your